and a workmate, we used to travel a lot for work, so we used to build these automatic car wash machines, and then we'd go and install them wherever they needed to be installed. So this particular time down in Hobart, the guy down there, he was quite a bit of a entrepreneurial type guy, and he'd thought of different ways of making money. So he actually had dog wash tubs, like the traditional type hydrobath tubs on the side of his car wash, and people would come, they'd bring a dog, whether it be a small, medium or large dog, and they'd pay per size of the dog, they'd wash the dog and take as much time as they needed, and they'd go again. And we sort of got our minds ticking. We thought, geez, you know, like, it's not a bad idea to have a dog wash at a car wash.
Tim could not believe that we had 5 hydrobaths with people coming in and out of them all day long. The 5 hydrobaths were very labour intensive because we had to fill for each dog, get the water warm, we had to put soap in with the water, and then they had to be cleaned out when the dog had finished using it. They were high maintenance, and they're basically driving me mad.
It dawned on us one day when there was a guy walking down the street with his dog, and the attendant had just locked the gate. So it was a bit of a light bulb moment, I guess, where we'd gone, hang on a minute, he's got his money out and he wants to wash the dog, and they've just locked the gate. So we got thinking and we thought, what a great opportunity. You know, this is, there's more in this. You know, we could put a coin box on it, we could integrate some car wash technology, and you know, make the dog wash work much the same way as a car wash. I mean, it was quite obvious to us then that would be a solution to his problem. The first prototype model was basically exactly a hydrobath tub and a cabinet which had a soap dispensing system and a coin-operated box. From the prototype to the first K9000, it was a huge progression. It was probably light years difference.
We took out 5 hydrobaths and put in 2 K9000s, and that handled the old traffic, but we had to go and add 2 more to keep up with the increase in traffic. We were doing $300 to $400 a week with the hydrobaths at their peak. The peak with the 4 K9000s at Shiners, we got up to $1,200 or $1,300 a week. But there's no staff involved. They revolutionised the whole system because it answered all our problems. And there's never been anything wrong. They really got it right to start off with.
With my wife and family by my side, we operate our business in Warrnambool, a country town in Victoria, 3 hours west of Melbourne. It's very important to me to have the right balance between work and family. I guess I'm fortunate enough to have a great team and great staff. They're all committed, they're all very committed, and my guys out on the floor that build the machines, you know, they use the machine on the weekends, they wash their own dogs, and they love the product. So they're excited about the future, they're excited about the opportunity, and I think that portrays in the product. There's no other machine in the world that has the following or the reputation of the K9000. The fact that you're buying a brand that is growing and becoming a world recognised brand is probably the most important reason you would choose to buy a K9000.
People just took to it, even though it was a new concept. It was the first dog wash in Geelong, and from then on it really hasn't stopped. To 9 years later, as you can see today, it's still in use and people queuing up. They are very robust machines, and luckily they are very simple machines, so we find that as far as maintenance repairs go, it's pretty good. Being stainless steel, good pumps on board, very good.
With being the Sunshine Coast, we've got our beaches here, and after they've been in the salty water and they've got all sand on them, they generally want to get them nice and clean after that before they roll around in the house. There's a lot of dogs around here and a lot of loving owners that want to get them washed and preened and kept smelling lovely. We had a lot of customers coming in asking for it because we did have one before and it was about a 2-year gap until we got this one. So all the customers were so excited about getting one, we thought, oh well, we may as well. And so we're glad we did because we're getting all our old customers back in again, so very good. But this one, being a double dog wash, is much better. Customers are much more happy. If they've got 2 dogs, they can wash them both at the same time. Well, I think it creates a really happy, more fun, easygoing atmosphere. Families can come in with their dogs, give them a wash, and at the same time they can wash their cars here. Whereas before we had the dog wash, you get people come here and they'd say it's great, but now we've got to go to Majimba where there's a dog wash. So now we're getting people that can come in and they can do the car and they can wash the dog at the same time. It's much better.
The machine's never had a problem. It just keeps running. It's very simple. There's nothing tricky about it. So therefore it requires very little maintenance. People come to do their car and their dogs at the same time. It's very convenient because it's open to them at all hours, and we do have people come in sort of well in the afternoon or early in the morning, which is convenient for them. And the advantage is it runs itself. You don't have to be here. People can come, put their money in and do the job, and you don't have to be standing here to supervise what happens. We find we're washing about 60 dogs a week on an average, which we're quite happy with considering the space. It takes up minimum space and doesn't interfere with anything else we choose to do. So it's easy to run and it just makes its own money.
I'm Joanne Waldock. We've got a Gympie West store and service station, so we're a BP service station and convenience store with takeaway and grocery, and we have the dog wash down in the servo. So 6 years ago we went down to this trade show in Melbourne and we saw the dog wash and we went home and thought it'd be an awesome idea, and we put the first one in Gympie. It brings in different clientele, like people that may not have come to us for fuel or may not have come to us for food and other things. They're coming in to use the dog wash, and a lot of times they'll get drinks and maybe fill up while they're there. So it's just added another variety to what we do, I guess. We do a frequent washers card as well, which is a really good thing. So every 6th wash they get free, which makes them come back. Weekends they're normally lining up to use it because that seems to be when everyone has time to come in and wash their dogs. You know, you can do 20 odd a day on a weekend easy. The machine's been great. Over the 6 years, yeah, we've had a few very minor little things that we've had to change out and whatnot, but as you expect for something that's getting used all the time, it is open 24 hours a day as well, so you do expect a few little things, but all in all, no, we haven't had any dramas at all. I think True Blue Dog Wash is probably the best dog wash there is on the market. The main reason being is the product that they use, which is the Fidos. A lot of other dog washers don't use that. A lot of the vets seem to stock Fidos, so it is a very well-known product. We've been really happy with our machine. I'd recommend anybody get one.
Ready? You've got like the different settings that you can use. You shampoo him, condition him, and then give him a good rinse. And it's heaps better than doing it at home. It's a lot more easier, and we can chain him to it to keep him still too, which I like.
We've been using it for a couple of years now, and it's very handy. Keeps the fleas and ticks down on Trev, that's for sure.
It's really good because I don't have to bend over like I would in the bath at home, so less strain on the back.
I used to do her in the bath, and then like you have to clean the whole bathroom, but just come here and you can rinse it off and everything, so it's good.
I love the disinfectant, the flea and tick, rinse, all that sort of stuff. Yeah, I think it's great. It's got everything all there in the one spot.
Instead of having to reach over and the dog trying to get out from the bathtub and stuff like that, it's much easier because it's pretty much all in one when you do it, so it's much simpler.
It's like a car wash for your dog effectively, that you get to actually bath her, flea rinse, condition and dry her off, and she's got such a thick coat, so that's really important to us, and it's roomy and yeah, and it's a great price too.
It's by far the best return on investment of any item, a piece of equipment I've ever bought. It is rip tear buster. It's good. It's good. True Blue works. So we just basically started with a flyer on the counter. People would look at it and ask questions, and then we talk about it and introduce it. And once people had actually used it the first time, they become repeat users. They loved it, and then they became word of mouth and word of mouth. We've even encouraged people with dirty kids, you know, put kids through it too. It's the same. But it added a bit of excitement and something different for the site. It was good. Some people now that actually turn up and they've got like 4 or 5 dogs in the one car, and the kids, they're all getting that little compound together, and they all want to have a bit of a water fight and a bit of a carry on. But that's all fun, you know. It's they make a bit of a mess, but it's only water. Even the people that don't use it look at it and always want to know, well, what is that? Yeah, so people like different things and new ideas. So I think it's just another service that makes people make us a destination, and they come to us first. So it's good. Day one, it was ahead of any return on anything else I had. We've had no maintenance issues apart from the odd, you know, hose or nozzle, which are very simple. The idea works. It's easy to keep clean, and people just keep coming and using it. That's what we want.
Hi, my name's Ria and I set up Wolf Wash DIY last December, just before Christmas. And it's a K9000 unit and it's been rebranded as Wolf Wash and it's going fabulously. All the people love it. It's in Marrickville and Sydney's inner west and I'm very, very happy with it. I've had loads of excellent reviews on my Facebook page, which is Wolf Wash DIY. People absolutely love it. They think it's great value. They're not bending over, no more sore backs, no more sopping wet bathrooms. And I've got people that use it, I reckon once every couple of weeks. They just love it. Yeah, no, they're very happy with it. And it's a small enclosed area, about 3.5 metres by about 2.5 metres. The unit sits against the wall and then I've put a pool safety fence around the other 3 corners with a pool safety gate. And that's it, it just sits there and people just come in and they can unleash their dog as soon as they get through the fenced area, so it's all easy. And people just use it themselves. I do the Wolf Wash stuff after hours and on weekends, and it's really not that difficult to manage once it's all set up and going well. Well, I'm hoping this is the first of many. I'm looking for other locations to set up more Wolf Wash units, particularly in Sydney's inner west. And I'll definitely be using the K9000 because everybody loves it. So yes, I'm hoping to expand that into a nice little business.
To wash them with because they can like keep the dog still, and it's easier because it's when you instead of having to reach over and the dog trying to get out from the bathtub and stuff like that, it's much easier because it's pretty much all in one when you do it, so it's much simpler. The shampoo was pretty good. I think it actually made him more soft than usual. It did a really good job getting all of that poo out of him. Yeah. Drop. Roll over. Good boy.
Ready? You've got like the different settings that you can use. You shampoo him, condition him, and then give him a good rinse. And it's heaps better than doing it at home. It's a lot more easier, and we can chain him to it to keep him still too, which I like.
We've been using it for a couple of years now, and it's very handy. Keeps the fleas and ticks down on Trev, that's for sure.
It's really good because I don't have to bend over like I would in the bath at home, so less strain on the back.
I used to do her in the bath, and then you have to clean the whole bathroom, but come here and you can rinse it off and everything, so it's good.
I love the disinfectant, the flea and tick, rinse, all that sort of stuff. Yeah, I think it's great. It's got everything all there in the one spot.
Instead of having to reach over and the dog trying to get out from the bathtub and stuff like that, it's much easier because it's pretty much all in one when you do it. So it's much simpler.
It's like a car wash for your dog effectively, that you get to actually bath her, flea rinse, condition and dry her off, and she's got such a thick coat, so that's really important to us, and it's roomy and and it's a great price too.